Today we will read a story about New Year's in Iran. But before that, let's get familiar with some words first. Level. If something is level, it is smooth and flat. One patch of soil in this picture is level and one patch is not. The patch with the ladybug on it is level. Funnel. This is a funnel. It's a kind of tube with one narrow end and one wide end. You use it to pour something into a container with a small opening. Lean. Is the boy in this picture standing up straight? No, he's leaning against the wall. When you lean, you bend to one side or rest against something. People can lean, and so can things. Object. An object is a thing, something you can see or touch. However, we would not call people or animals objects. What objects do you see in this picture? A cup, a pencil, and a shell. Reflect. When you look in a mirror, you can see yourself. The mirror shows, or reflects, your image. This girl can see herself reflected in the mirror. Other shiny objects also reflect an image. Fair. Fair weather is dry and sunny. Look at the picture. What things tell you that the weather is fair? The sun is out, the sky is blue. Look at the picture again and find the box in the comber. It shows another meaning of fair. This fair is an outdoor carnival type of event with rides, booths, and contests. Splendid. Splendid means great, fantastic, or very beautiful. Look at this palace. It looks splendid. Stake. Look at the long stick holding up this plant. A stake is a stick or post that can be put into the ground to hold up something like a plant or a tent. Remain. To remain is to stay or to be left behind. Look at the kids in the picture. Which one remains behind? Yes, the girl in the red sweater. Rapid. Rapid means very fast. Which of these two animals is moving rapidly? I think the hare is moving rapidly. Next, let's move to today's story. The Haft Seen. It was the first day of spring and Ms. Shuman's class was ready to celebrate. The weather was fair and sunny and the air was warm. What a splendid day for planting, said Ms. Shuman. She put out some small clay pots, a big bag of soil, and a bowl of seeds. The kids gathered around and each of them took a pot, some soil, and a seed. Caroline put some soil in her pot, poked her finger down into it, and put the seed in the hole. Then, she smoothed the dirt over it so that it was flat and level. What kind of plant will grow from this seed, Ms. Shuman? Asked Maggie. Good question, Ms. Shuman said. Can you guess? Maggie looked at the seed carefully. A flower? She asked. No, said Ms. Shuman. A tomato? Wondered Caroline. Not a tomato, Ms. Shuman answered. I know, an apple tree, Jordan said. He loved apples. Ms. Shuman chuckled. No, not an apple tree. It will be a green bean plant. Jordan frowned. Yuck, he said. I don't like green beans. Well, you only have to grow the beans. You don't have to eat them, Ms. Shuman smiled. Then she asked Jordan to mix some plant food and water in a bottle for the class. He used a funnel to pour the plant food into the bottle so he wouldn't spill it. He shook the bottle to mix the plant food and water. Then he passed the bottle around so his classmates could water their seeds. Next, Ms. Shuman handed each student a long, narrow stick. As bean plants grow, their stems become very long, so they need a stake to hold them up, Ms. Shuman explained. The kids poked the stakes into the soil and set the pots on the windowsill. After all the children had finished with their plants and sat down, Ms. Shuman announced a surprise. Today, we're going to learn about New Year's in Iran. She pointed to Iran on a map. In Iran, New Year's always falls on the first day of spring. Kody's father, Mr. Shirazi, is going to come in and help us celebrate. He was born in Iran. Kody looked proud, and the rest of the kids were excited. They were beginning to feel like experts on New Year's celebrations. Just then, Kody's dad arrived. He spread out a fancy tablecloth and arranged 7 objects on it. The kids gathered around the table to get a closer look. For once, Ms. Shuman did not ask them to remain in their seats. She wanted them to be able to observe all the objects up close. This holiday is called Nowruz, Mr. Shirazi explained. It means new day. To celebrate, we set a table with 7 special objects. We call these 7 things the Haft Seen. Haft means 7. Kody and his dad pointed to the 7 objects. There was an apple, a reddish spice called sumac, garlic, vinegar, wheat sprouts, coins, and a beautiful plant with purple flowers called a hyacinth. "Why do you put out those things?" Caroline asked. She leaned over the table to smell the delicate hyacinth blossoms. "They all stand for good things to come in the new year," said Kody's father. After everyone had a chance to look at the 7 objects, Kody's dad set a candle and a mirror on the table. The kids could see all the objects from the Haft Seen reflected in the mirror. "What are the mirror and the candle for, Mr. Shirazi?" asked Maggie. "The mirror reflects the candle's light, and light is a sign of spring. The sun shines brighter and warmer in the spring so new grass and plants can grow." "Is that why we planted the seeds today, Ms. Shuman?" asked Caroline. "That's right," said Ms. Shuman. "The tiny seeds that we planted in the soil will become new plants." Jordan looked over at his little pot by the window. Ms. Shuman said that bean plants grow rapidly. That meant he wouldn't have to wait long. Soon the plant would begin to poke out of the soil. He liked the idea of growing something new for spring, even if it was a green bean. The end.